Yes. Welcome back to the play ratings.
Big stream. Greg's way. Yeah, big stream. This man, big stream. Obviously, we've got the player ratings coming in now. Big win yesterday. That won it. Huge win. We had to get the W. And, you know, we knew people who looked at the games that Palace had played recently knew that was going to be a tricky game. It was a tricky game. Maybe it made it a little bit harder for ourselves with, you know, Haaland probably should have put his chance away in the first half. And then there was a couple of other half chances that maybe on a different day you could do slightly better with. But on the whole, I thought it was a pretty good performance, man. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, we didn't concede any shots on target or nothing.
Yeah, I thought it was a solid performance from City. Thinking, Helby got off in it. What a conversation. What a one-way conversation this is. LB said his piece and dipped. He was like, yeah, cheers. This is what the people came for. Whilst LB just dipped a second. Yes, big up everyone in the chat. Big up Turkey Rowan in 1999. It says, are you going to do a stream for the Arsenal game? I've seen a lot of people ask about the Arsenal game. We are going to do a stream for the Arsenal game. It is scheduled. So I'm a bit confused why. Maybe people can't see it, but I just checked and it is public. But yeah, we have scheduled a stream. We are going to watch Fulham versus Arsenal after this. We'll probably have to end this at about 10 so we can just get over there and sort things out. But yeah, Fulham versus Arsenal straight after this. And he says, there's no way they drop points. That's the best side I've seen from Arsenal in ages. And Willian is out. I mean, you say there's no way, but there's always a chance. There's always a chance. That's kind of what we got to hope for, but we'll have to see where we go on. To carry on with the conversation that you were saying, bro, before you panic and dash. I think City did play strong yesterday. Like I say, we didn't concede any shots on target. Ederson had probably one of the most boring games I've had in a long time, it was good from City. We controlled the game throughout. Obviously. The last 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it always gets to the sweat stage where the other team just tries to put it all on the line kind of thing, and we just try and make it difficult for them. But for the large majority of the game, bro, it was just all City. It was just whether we could break them down or not, and fortunately a penalty did that for us.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. Well, let's get into it then, because as John said, we've got to be gone by 10 because we've got the Arsenal watch-along to do, so we need to get through all these players and all the stats and that. Ederson, quiet day for him. When he 90 minutes played in the game, 21 touches, 21 passes, 1 pass misplaced. That had 95% pass accuracy. And that pass that he did misplace was a long ball as well. And that's it for the stats. Had no saves to make. His passing was as good as it possibly could be. Misplaced 1 pass in the whole game. Steady Eddie, 7.5.
I was going to go 7.
Fez?
Because he didn't do anything. Guy didn't need to do anything.
The only reason I believe it was 7.5 is because he only misplaced 1 pass in the whole match. So I think that's pretty sick, to be fair.
And yeah. I'm just gonna go with 7 in it. I'll go with 7. Xtra Club will give it 7.2.
Fez, okay. John Stones played 89 minutes in the game, made 1 clearance, 2 block shots, 1 interception. He only got dribbled past once in the game. He won 4 out of his 6 ground duels and won 2 out of his 3 aerial duels. Had a 80% pass accuracy off of 59 balls. 1 key pass in the game as well. What else we got here? We got 3 crosses, all unsuccessful, unsurprisingly. 4 long balls, 2 successful. You know what? I actually didn't like John Stones in that position yesterday. I didn't like it. I thought that Rico Lewis would have been a better option because in the end, he really basically just played as a centre defensive midfielder. He didn't play right back, really. You know what I mean? Like
every so often you'd see him at the right back role or like trying to get down the wing. I'm not saying it was a lot. There was a few times where he was getting down on that right hand side. And the thing, it just wasn't it, really. It just wasn't it. But it wasn't like it was a bad game from him. It just more position. I don't think he played shit. I just don't think he looked right in the position. Like the position was fine. He did his job right. He basically played as a CDM and also played as a right back. Like I say, defensively, it was absolutely sound. Yeah. Going forward, he was pushing up. get into that midfield role and popping balls off. He did exactly what he needed to be doing, but at the same time, I just think Rico Lewis brings a little bit more energy than what John Stones would have done.
I think maybe the reason Pep went with John Stones over Rico yesterday is because he might have expected a little bit more from Zaha.
Yeah, that's why I think he wanted the more defensive game from John Stones.
In the end, it didn't turn out that way. We dominated the ball, and Zaha got very, very few touches of the ball, which meant that he was playing through the middle quite a lot during the game as well. So it kind of meant that John Stones really didn't have much defending to do. So hypothetically, probably would have been better going for Rico Lewis. I understand why he went for John Stones. I'm gonna give him a 7.
I was going to give him a 7.5. I thought it was chill. Got a clean sheet. But it's weird, isn't it? Because I kind of giving him props for a clean sheet when he didn't really play in the defence. But yeah, it was good, and he got to play the full 90 minutes, which is very good. Mm-hmm. Love that. Actually give him a 7.2 as well. Doubling up on the 7.2s.
Nice. Manuel Akanji played 90 minutes in the game yesterday, made 3 clearances, 1 block shot, 3 interceptions, got dribbled past once. He won 1 out of his 4 ground duels and didn't have any aerial duels at all. Had 89% pass accuracy off 85 passes, 1 key pass in the game, 1 cross unsuccessful, 8 long balls, 6 successful, and also had a shot off target as well. But I played quite well, actually, Akanji.
I thought he had a good game.
Yeah, I thought he played quite well. His only cross actually was a semi-decent cross. Defended well when he needed to defend. I thought it was good. Strong performance from Akanji.
I agree.
Which I seem to be saying a lot recently.
Honestly, I thought Akanji was good. And I feel like the Akanji. Some people still obviously don't like Akanji in that, and I get that. But we didn't sign him to be our number 1 centre back. And the fact that he's putting in these shifts. Mm-hmm. When we are playing him is good. He has been good recently, and today again, I think he showed it. I think he was good defensively. It was sound, and that's something that usually you say is a bit of a concern. But defensively, he was sound yesterday. Yeah,
I agree. I'm gonna give him a good rating. I'm gonna give him a 7.8.
Yeah, I was
strong.
I was going 7.5 as well. I thought again, Gandhi was sick. Edge could give a 7.6. I think. Honestly, I'm buzzing with Akanji's performance yesterday. I think during the watch talking, you still get people hating on Akanji and stuff, and I feel like he's one of them ones that people kind of love to hate in it with Akanji. So Henry Dyer there called him Wakanji.
Yeah, or Jumanji.
Jumanji is what goes in our chat.
Let's move on to Ruben Diaz then. 90 minutes played in the game yesterday. He had 2 clearances, 1 interception. He won 1 out of his 4 ground duels and won his only aerial duel. Had a 93% pass accuracy off 89 balls, 7 long balls, 5 successful, and also had a shot blocked as well. That was another strong performance from Diaz, leading the line very well. You've seen it in the huddle before the game that he's basically captain material, telling the players what to do. We just look like a stronger defensive line with Ruben Diaz in the team. We don't look like we're going to concede goals when Ruben Diaz is in there. You have confidence in the defence, which is something that you don't have when he's not there. Mm-hmm. Another strong performance, and nice performance from Ruben Diaz. And we've completely transformed as a team since Ruben Diaz has come back into the side.
And that's because he elevates other players around him, the defence and that, because he organises it. He doesn't let people kind of shit the bed around him. Obviously, we do know we have shit the bed with Ruben in the side before, but recently, honestly, you just can't take Ruben Diaz out of this team. You take the Ruben Diaz out of the team, you're losing your leader there, and that's not something for it.
And this is something that I mentioned, bro, about keeping the spine of the team ready to go all for the rest of the season. Ederson, Diaz, Rodri, KDB, Haaland. I know KDB didn't play, but if you can get those players fit and firing, I think we'll go on and win the league, because the spine is what will take the game, what will take Manchester City through a lot of the matches. So Ruben Diaz is crucial to that. He's our only centre-back who has a little bit of spine, who has a little bit of metal backbone about him. Everyone else is a little bit soft around the edges. Great player. Good performance yesterday. I'm going to give Akanji a 7.8. I thought Akanji was actually possibly slightly better than Diaz yesterday. I can't lie. So I'm going to give a 7.7. I'm going to say Akanji just pipped Diaz.
Yeah, I thought Akanji had a better game than Diaz, and I give Akanji a 7.5. I was just kind of like defaulting Akanji to the 0.5 as I always do. However, I was going to just go, 7.5, 7.5. But I'll give Diaz a 7.4 on the basis that I do want Akanji to have a high rating. Basically, shice in the ratings because Akanji did have a better game. Akanji did have a better game, but Ruben Diaz was still sick. Like if you take Ruben Diaz out of that match and swap it for a different player, so like a Laporte or something like that, I don't think Akanji has that good of a game because Ruben Diaz just makes it. I feel like everyone can be calm with Ruben there because even if they vary, even if they go out of position, bro, he'll pull them back and be like, "Nah, mate, you need to be here."
Yeah. So it's funny because then you'll say, okay, so I think personally that Akanji had a slightly better game than Diaz, maybe. Only slightly, like I've given 0.1, but he probably doesn't have as good as a game as he does if Ruben Diaz isn't next.
Yeah, that's what I just said. That's the exact words I just said. Because that is it.
It's nice. It's nice.
Xtra Club give him a 7.9.
Cool. Okay. Dave Rocky with a 2 says Walker, Stones, Diaz, Ake for Leipzig. Thoughts? So long as John Stones he's ready for it.
Yeah, he did just do a full 90 minutes.
Yeah,
so that might be a bit heavy.
In my dream scenario, yes, I would agree with that.
I would go with that.
Just depends if Stones is available for it, like fully ready. Let's move on to Nathan Ake then. 90 minutes played in the game, 2 clearances, 1 interception, 5 ground duels, 3 successful. He won all 4 of his aerial duels, by the way, guys. 91 passes, 81 successful. That's an 89% pass accuracy. 2 key passes in the game. 1 big chance created for Erling Haaland, which he should have scored. 3 crosses, all unsuccessful, and 2 long balls unsuccessful. Solid performance again from Nathan Ake. Should have had an assist. Defensively, didn't give Elise anything in the game. Elise had a really miserable evening last night because Nathan Ake was so good. Defensively solid. Should have got an assist as well. This guy, it just seems to go from strength to strength every single game at the moment. He's playing so well. Yeah,
I mean, Ake is just solid. You know what you get with him. He's improving his on the ball abilities, which I love. I love that. The guy's spending you can tell that the guy's spending time improving that because that side of his game is elevated so far from what it used to be like. And we need that. We need that because he is our number 1 left back. I love it, mate. I think he's absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. And I think he's kind of like the start of the style change for Manchester City. So I feel like when Gvardiol comes, he will probably play that role when we do this back 3 kind of thing. Defensively sound, kept anyone near him quiet. Guy goes into crunching tackles and that. Did seem to pick up a knock a little bit, but he
carried on.
Yeah, he carried on and kind of like walked it off. So, yeah, we'll have to see if he's sound or not. I guess we'll get news on probably tomorrow in the press conference for Leipzig. But I imagine he's okay. Nothing's come out anyway after the match to say that he's injured.
Yeah.
But Ake, solid game.
I'm going to give him a big rating here. I am, because he deserves it. I'm going to give him an 8.5.
I was going to give him a 8.2. Cool. I feel like 8 stinks a little bit. 8.2 I think is nice.
I mean, let's be honest.
And I feel like I never go on the I never go on the 0.2s or 0.3s. I always just do it. I go for the 8 on the point. I do the 0 or the 0.5 all the time, innit? So I'll send an 8.2.
I just think you got to look at it. He absolutely pocketed Elise.
Yeah,
he's a great
smashed
player,
it,
and then should have had an assist as well. So I'm gonna give him an 8.5. I think
he did do very well.
Top performance.
He had a really, really good game. And they actually give him an 8.
Okay, cool. Well, that's the defense. Solid performance from them. That's 4 games on the trot now that we've won.
First time.
Another clean sheet as well for Manchester City, which is 3 in a row now. You know,
is it
3 in a row? Yeah, Bristol City, Newcastle, Crystal Palace. So 3 clean sheets in a row. And you know what's funny is, I'm confident in these clean sheets. I predicted we'd get a clean sheet at Newcastle. Predicted we'd get a clean sheet yesterday. I've got confidence in this back line now, which I've not had for some time. And that's because of one man, and that's Ruben Diaz. So big up Ruben Diaz, man, because he's giving everyone confidence. And yeah, if you keep keeping clean sheets, then you're highly likely going to win football matches, which is great to see. Let's move into the midfield then. Rodri played yesterday. 90 minutes he played, 115 touches, 96 passes. That's an 88% pass accuracy. 1 key pass, 2 crosses, 1 successful, 7 long balls, 6 successful. He had 1 shot on target, which was the volley, 2 shots blocked. He had 5 dribble attempts, 4 successful, 12 ground duels, 8 successful, 5 aerial duels, 3 successful, and he got dribble passed twice in the game. Interesting game and a performance from Rodri that we don't often see. And the major difference between the normal Rodri performance and the one yesterday is that he had to carry the ball forward a lot. Usually he picks up the ball and passes it to someone like a Gundogan, Bernardo, Kevin De Bruyne. However, Bernardo kept on going out to the wings, which I assume was tactical, and Gundogan was playing quite deep, which meant that there was not really anyone in the midfield, and we mentioned this during the game, that Rodri could pass the ball to. Therefore, he had to drive into the midfield quite a lot, something that he does do, but you don't see it all the time, and it's usually maybe a couple of times in the game, but he did that a lot yesterday, made quite a few dribbles. As I said, he made 5 dribble attempts. Good performance. I do prefer, me personally, this is just maybe as a preference, I do prefer the Rodri where he's just sat there and he's just passing to players in front of him, because I prefer that style of football and I like the system better. However, there was nothing wrong with his performance yesterday. He played very well.
The thing is, though, Palace are offering up that space for him to go into, so for him to not take it would have been a crime, like, especially when the other players aren't taking it. We do see it quite a bit where Rodri does get forward quite a lot, like it just sitting around the edge of the box. Like, honestly, I think he had a worldie. I think Rodri had a worldie yesterday. I think he was incredible. And the thing is, because John Stones inverting as well, basically being a CDM, it gave that Rodri that freedom to go forward anyway, because he knew that he's got John Stones kind of like just chilling behind him anyway. But yeah, Rodri had a worldie. I think I can get 8.5. I think that's the highest I've given so far. I think he was sick. I think he was absolutely sick. I could go higher than 8.5, but he was mint.
He was very, very good. This is where it's quite funny, really, because I don't want to give him higher than Ake, because I thought Ake was, for me, better yesterday.
Nah, I thought Rodri was better. I
think a lot of people will probably agree with you, but I don't like... The problem is I'm being influenced because I don't like that Rodri. I prefer the other Rodri. But the Rodri that played yesterday played because he had to do that. He had to drive into the space because no one else was there. So as you said, as he had Stones next to him, for me, I give Ake an 8.5. I'm going to give Rodri an 8.4.
Okay.
But maybe that was influenced by the fact that I don't like that system. Me personally, that's not something I'm a fan. I like Gundogan to be in there, Kevin De Bruyne to be in there, Bernardo to be in there, rather than Rodri driving in there. That's my own personal views.
Yeah, honestly, he's been sick. Benno with a 2 says Ake has been mentioned today. TalkSport saying possible.
Player of the year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. P of the year. So it's because he put the F in there. I was like, what the fuck is the F for? Because it's usually POTY in it, player of the year, but he's actually put P of the year. Yeah. Go on, Benno then. I mean, the thing is, he has been sick. He's been consistently sick all year.
He won't win it though, because
he won't win it because he won't win it. Erling Haaland will end up getting it. Yeah. Especially for City, anyway, for City's own player of the year.
In my opinion, he's been the best defender in the Premier League this season. Now, it's funny, because if I tweeted that out of my personal account, get cooked, wouldn't you? Off, like, not City fans, but like, other fans would be like, what are you shine? But in my opinion, he's been the best defender in the Premier League this year.
You'd get full cook in it.
Should I do it? I'm going to tweet it and see what happens.
What influence at LB is. But having with the 2, is it just me or does Akanji take an hour to pass? See, again, I'm going to guess my heart doesn't like Akanji in it. Sometimes I feel like he makes it look difficult to pass, but yesterday he looked fine. I think with the Akanji, he has the hesitation on the passes because he doesn't want to risk losing the ball. I don't think he's there yet. Like, but I thought Akanji was absolutely fine yesterday. absolutely fine. I feel like we were shifting the ball around the back. Usually when we're recycling the football, we take fucking ages to do it, or we was doing like a couple months back. Whereas now he seems to get it out quicker. So I don't actually agree with that anymore. Maybe a couple months back I would have agreed with that though, Mohammed.
Yeah, I mean, we know he's not the best ball playing centre back in the world. Nor's Ake, nor's Diaz, but it is what it is. They bring other things to the team, and you've got to roll with it. But yeah, there you go. That's Rodri. Did we get the Xtra Club? What was the Xtra Club score again?
Xtra give 8.8.
Cool. Let's do İlkay Gundogan then, who played 90 minutes in the game yesterday. 57 touches, 43 passes, and it's decided to refresh. There we go. Go back up now. 43 passes, 84% pass accuracy, 1 key pass in the game, 5 crosses, 3 successful, 3 long balls, 1 successful, 1 dribble attempt successful, he won the penalty as well, 6 ground duels, 3 successful, and 1 clearance and got dribble pass once. For me, bit of a quieter game for İlkay Gundogan. I thought that he could have been I thought his positioning yesterday wasn't the best for me, actually. I thought that given that Bernardo Silva was drifting out wide, I think he needed to be more central and be in positions where he could receive the ball. However, I do feel a little bit harsh saying that, because I'm kind of saying he needs to do what David Silva used to do, or Kevin De Bruyne does, in find the half spaces. It's not really İlkay Gundogan's game. He gets in there sometimes, but he doesn't have that radar. He doesn't have that UAV like David Silva used to have and Kevin De Bruyne has, of like, oh, this is the place I need to be.
UAV.
Played all right. Yeah, he played all right. You know what I mean? I can't really complain about it, but I do feel that, there was moments in the game where I thought positioning wasn't in the best position. Won the penalty, obviously. Nice. And played well. I'm not saying played poorly, but I just feel that it was maybe lacking. We needed something a little bit more.
Kevin De Bruyne, you need the killer passes in it, like, but
yeah.
Gundogan does have the ability to do that better than what Bernardo does, but you'd still need that extra unlock ability in it, which Gundo doesn't have in it. You need the master key, bro, as Gundo just has certain keys. I'm gonna give Gundo a 7.8. Thought it was all right. I think 7.8.
Yeah. I'm gonna give him a 7.5.
Okay. Obviously he did with the pen, which is good. I mean, in that was the game-changing part, albeit it was a dodgy touch from him, wasn't it? That kind of one of the pen. But yeah, is what it is. Love it. Ash could give him a 7.7.
Cool. I can go with that. Let's have a look at Bernardo Silva then. Played 79 minutes in the game before being subbed off. 87% pass accuracy off of 39 passes, 1 key pass, 2 crosses, both unsuccessful. 5 long balls, 4 successful, 3 dribbles, 1 successful, 7 ground duels, 3 successful. And that's pretty much it. Stats don't really do massive favours there. Played all right. Again, maybe, I don't know if it was a tactical thing. Was looking for a little bit more personally from Bernardo Silva yesterday. I was looking for some balls in behind. I was looking for him to create, have chances. Didn't really do that. Tidy enough. And just okay, I suppose.
Yeah, I agree.
Not that much influence on the game.
Yeah, I feel like it was just an okay game. The thing is, he seemed to be changing position quite a bit. Sometimes he was deeper than everyone else. Sometimes he was right wing. Sometimes he was playing in the middle. Like he was getting shifted about quite a bit. His pressing was good, but his pressing is always good. You kind of just expect that from Bernardo. I don't think he had too much influence on the game. Like I say that, but if he weren't there, then maybe it'd be a bit different. But I just think it was crying out for Kev. I just think it was crying out for Kev over Bernardo. So
agreed.
But yeah, it is what it is with Bernardo. I'll give him a 7.3.
Yeah, I'm actually going to match on that. I'm going to go for a 7.3. I personally think that Gundogan was slightly better than Bernardo. I see a few people in the chat say no, he was better than Gundogan, but I think Gundogan was better. Like I said, not a bad performance. Just didn't.
No, it's
really
not a bad
do
performance.
much.
At the end of the day, we did win the game and we controlled the game. It's just it's difficult in games like this where a team sits back so much, you get 11 men behind the ball situations, and then you've got to kind of unlock the defence. And when the other team doesn't actually do much, then it's just about what players can make that difference. And Bernardo obviously couldn't make that difference, hence why I was crying out for Kev. Actually, give me a 7.2.
Cool. Okay, fair. Right, let's get into the attacking line then. This is the bit where everyone wants to see. Let's start off with Jackie Grealish, man. 90 minutes played in the game yesterday. Didn't get no assists or goals there, so no stats for Jack Grealish yesterday, unfortunately. 65 touches, 50 passes, misplaced 4. That's a 92% pass accuracy. 2 key passes, 1 cross, which was successful, 1 long ball, which was successful, and 1 big chance created. 1 shot off target, 4 dribble attempts, 3 successful, 8 ground duels, 5 successful, and made 1 block shot as well for a defensive. I actually feel like really a bit of an interesting game from Jack Grealish, because I thought he played well. But I think he could look back at that game and go, I could have done more. I think that he could have done more on Nathaniel Klein. I think he should have done better on the shot that he had. I think that's poor that he missed the target completely. But he played well. So I think overall, he will be happy with his performance. But I think there is stuff that he can come away and go, should have done better there, should have done better there. But yeah, another good performance from Jack Grealish, which is good.
The only thing I would say on that is to go back at you is the fact that the team should have gone down that side more as well. Not, do you know what I mean? If Jack Grealish isn't receiving the ball to go at Nathaniel Klein down that side, then it's not his fault. Do you know what I mean? You can't come away that and go, I need the team to pass to me more down that left-hand side.
I agree, but I do think there was times he got the ball and could have done more. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but I agree that like he can't.
Because when he was getting the ball, I feel like he was going at Klein. I feel like the first half he was definitely more like of an impact than the second half. But I think in a mint game, genuinely, I think in a mint game. He scuffed his shot, which is unfortunate because if he'd have got a good contact on it, I think he would have probably tried to go for top bins, but seemed to hit it with more of his heel kind of thing. Yeah. But yeah, I genuinely think he had a really good game.
Me too. I think he played well.
Like I think like second half quietened down a little bit. I think once they stopped showing him inside, it become a bit more apparent. But I see a lot of people, by the way, still asking about an Arsenal watch on. This stream will automatically redirect to the Arsenal watch on. We are doing an Arsenal watch on. It is scheduled. If you go on the channel, you'll see it. But yeah, I think Grealish, I'm going to give him an 8.2.
Okay. I'm going to give him a 7.8.
Okay. That's fair.
Good performance.
Yeah, I think in a mint game. Xtra Club give him a 8.2 as well.
Cool. Okay. Let's go over to Phil Foden, who started the game, played 58 minutes in the match before being subbed off. 39 touches, 20 passes, misplaced 7 of those. That's a 65% pass accuracy. 1 key pass, 3 crosses, 1 successful, 3 long balls, 1 successful, 1 shot on target. 4 dribbles, 3 successful, 7 ground duels, 5 successful, 1 aerial duel, unsuccessful. Made 1 clearance and 2 interceptions on the defensive stats there. Not the best performance in the world, but still a performance where he's actually doing stuff, unlike months prior where he's not been doing anything. Didn't play well, but he played in the new style, the new.
Yeah, it still looked like active Phil. Do you know what I mean? Not the Phil Foden that was playing against Liverpool, but it wasn't a good game for Phil. I can see why he got taken off. I think the stat on Sky showed that I think he lost the ball more times than anyone else on the pitch, other than Wilfried Zaha. I think he had I just think his first touch was off. Seen it just a bit like, you know what I mean. Guy was just a bit off yesterday, but it's weird, isn't it? Because we feel there are positive. Like when you see him, this is why when he came off, I was still a little bit like, oh, I don't know if that's the right move, because he's a player that can make that difference. He's a player that will drive at a man, get past a man, and make a little bit of a difference there. And and we've seen a little like glimpse of that yesterday. I just think it wasn't consistent enough throughout the match, and died off a bit. Rating wise, I'm gonna give him a 7.
I'm gonna give him a 6.5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't think he played well.
Yeah. Xtra Club gave him a 6.8.
Cool. Okay. Right, let's come to the main man. Erling Haaland played 90 minutes yesterday. Got a goal from the penalty spot. I'd love to see it. 1 shot on target, 2 shots off target, 2 shots blocked. Missed 2 big chances. What was the other chance he missed? I don't think he missed the Ake chance, which he... Oh, yeah, it would have been the header. Yeah, it would have been the header.
Grealish Grealish crossed it in, goes straight to Haaland, he 50p headed it over.
Yeah, that's it. 22 touches, 10 passes, 6 successful, 1 cross unsuccessful, 1 long ball unsuccessful, 4 ground duels all unsuccessful, 6 aerial duels, 2 successful, couple fouls and whatever else. Should have put the ball in the back of the net 100% on the Ake cross. I think I can forgive him a little bit more on the Grealish. I still think he needs to be burying that personally if he's a will. Because the thing is, right, what people need to start doing with Erling Haaland, there's a lot of people who I believe, right, are not treating Erling Haaland like the GOAT that he is. Like, for example, the perfect example of this was the header he had against Newcastle, where he's 2 yards out, 3 yards out, perfect cross, perfect height, and he puts the ball wide. And people are sat there going, "Oh no, that wasn't an easy chance. I can allow it." No, you're not doing him a favour. You're not doing anyone a favour by protecting him and coming out saying, "Oh no, it was a difficult chance." Lewandowski would have scored that chance against Newcastle last week. Benzema would have scored that chance against it. Kane probably would have scored it. We need to be pushing Erling Haaland. It's not criticism. It's not like, we're getting on a guy's back. It's if you want this guy to be, and he wants himself to be the best player in the world, then he needs to be burying some of these chances. He should have scored yesterday off Ake. He should have certainly hit the target off the Jack Grealish cross. Should have scored against Newcastle last week. I'm not having a go. I'm saying I want this guy to be the best player in the world. And he's not going to be the best player in the world is if he comes off the pitch and goes, "Oh, it's okay." You know what I mean? Because there was an easy chance he should have scored. I want this guy to be the best he can be, the best player in the world. And some of these chances that he's missed over the last 2 games needs to be burying. Simple as that. The
thing is, if you think that you're slating him by saying that, then you're completely wrong because he'll be coming off the pitch saying that.
Mm-hmm.
He wants that. So he'll be coming off the pitch fuming. You see it when, obviously yesterday, he was buzzing because we got the win. But I guarantee afterwards he'll still be a bit pissed off that he didn't take his chances.
Correct, 100%.
100%. Like, you've seen it when, like, he'll score 2 goals and then he'll be fuming because he didn't get 3.
Yeah.
Because the guy, that's the mentality that he has.
Correct, 100%. I agree. Nice performance, though. At the end of the day, he did get the goal that won us the game. Nice penalty. I'm going to say 7.5.
I'm going to say 7.5. He got us the, like I say, did miss his chances, but he did take that pen. It was a really nice pen. And with the Haaland calculator, it works out. It checks out. 6 base rating plus 1.5 per goal, 7.5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the Xtra Club actually giving 7.5 as well. And it mad, it always ties up, man. The Haaland calculator always ties up.
There we go. Everyone on the 7.5s will back it. We'll back it. Big up Camilla with a 3. Says Haaland to British media. This was a hard game. We fought, and I'm glad we won. Haaland to Norwegian media. My butt still hurts from that celebration. There we go. He got the goal, and that's at the end of the day, that's what he won us the game, and that's what he's there to do. But there are some chances that he could be burying. Big up Mohammed as well for the 2. Says Haaland did his best Sterling impression. He did, especially on that miss. Yeah, I mean, it's a good job we ended up winning the game because otherwise we'd be looking back at that going, "Fuck you know." Quick word on Alvarez. He's the only sub that played any minutes of sort of relevance. He come on after an hour. Thought he played well. Really, really nice turn. Should have actually done a lot better on the
his
shot.
His shot was shit.
It was a nice little cameo from Alvarez, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good to see that from Alvarez. Also, seeing Alvarez and Haaland on the pitch was good.
Mm-hmm.
Going into that 4-4-2, I'd like to see a bit more of it, to be honest.
Yeah, that was nice. Good performance from Alvarez. The referee, I seen that the referee got a really low score, but I actually thought the referee had an okay game. I thought he got worse in terms of his management of the game as the game went on, which is a little bit frustrating. I don't know what people in the chat who weren't in the watch along think, but I thought the first 20 minutes, I thought he refereed the game really well. He was letting challenges go for both sides, and the game was really flowing. It was a good game to watch. And then after about 25 minutes, half an hour, it completely changed. And then he just started giving fouls left, right, and centre. Very, very strange. I thought overall he had a good game, but it was a shame that he didn't continue how he started and just let the game flow because it was really good to watch.
I feel like the first 20 minutes I was buzzing with it. I was fine with it. But after that, I feel like he went shit. Because the guy was giving everything so soft shit. Like, first 20 minutes, bro, he was consistently giving the fouls. And then the rest of it, the consistency just went. Consistency went out the window. Guy was just giving every little thing. I do think the John Stones thing, how Zaha didn't even get a yellow card for that at minimum, is wild. Like, surely that's mad. Surely that's a red. Guy just grabs, bro. John Stones came out afterwards and was like, "If that's the other way around, he gets sent off."
Well, here you go. This is the rule book from the FA. Violent conduct, right? Violent conduct is when a player uses or attempts to use excessive force or brutality against an opponent when not challenging for the ball or against a teammate. In addition, a player who, when not challenging for the ball, deliberately strikes an opponent or a person on the head or face with the arm. So basically, it's the first bit. So do you think that Zaha, this is a question for you guys, do you think that violent conduct applies here? Violent conduct is when a player uses or attempts to use excessive force or brutality against an opponent when not challenging for the ball. So he wasn't challenging for the ball. So did he use excessive force or brutality against John Stones? That's the question that you've got to ask.
Bro, man got all of his ankle and twisted it around. What happens if John Stones' ankle just like dust then? Say, what about if he tears a ligament there?
Well, I would say it probably falls into the brutality, right?
Yeah, guy. It should have been a red card, bro. The guy just grabs his ankle and twists it around like.
I think there was a serious shout there for a red card.
So I think that's another reason why Xtra Club probably giving the referee a very low rating.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'd probably give him like a 4.5. I don't think it was that bad. But yeah, I didn't think it was. I think it was awful.
I actually give him a 2.7.
Yeah, it was just a shame that he didn't continue in that third because the game was flowing so well. Challenges were going in, and referee was just letting them go. It was like, yes, mate, this is sick. Okay, sometimes you get a foul on your team that you think is a foul, but he was being consistent on both sets of teams, and it was like, yeah, this is mint. The game's flowing, and then he just stopped, and then it just went boom, boom, whistle, whistle, whistle. It was like, come on, man, this is dead. So it was a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
And Pep Guardiola, I mean, I liked the back four. You know, I didn't really like John Stones being in the middle, but I think that's more of a hypothetical thing for me personally. He rested Kyle Walker, rested Alvarez, rested KDB, all ready now, all fresh to go for Tuesday's game against Leipzig. I think I've got to give him a high score. I'm going to give Pep like an 8.5 or something.
Yeah, I was going to give an 8.5.
He gambled, didn't he? We said this during the game. We said Pep Guardiola has gambled yesterday, in the sense that if we can rest Kevin De Bruyne and rest Kyle Walker and win the match, then it's a dub. It's a massive, massive dub. So he gambled. It paid off. I got to give him a high rating for that. It's 8.5.
I should give him an 8.1.
Yeah. And Harley says if we didn't get that penalty, it'd be a 4. You are right. But that's what happens when you make a gamble, bro. If he makes a gamble, it pays off. You're like, fucking mint. What a decision.
Yeah, I mean,
of course, you look back and go, dumb guy, should have played your full team. That's football, isn't it? That's how it works.
It'd change a lot of the play ratings if we didn't get that pen.
Correct. Yeah, probably would. Yeah. Probably would. Buzzing. All right. Anything else that we need to go through? Was that it?
That's it.
Buzzing. Right. Cool. Yeah, we're going to go watch the Arsenal versus Fulham live watch along. This stream will automatically redirect you there. So if you fancy watching it with us, don't go anywhere. Stay right there. You get automatically redirected. Massive, massive game. Can Fulham do us a favour? We'll see you in a few moments. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit.